If you're here less than a month of you've never been to an ABC class, it's a must for you. And the rest of us that are a little bit advanced, we're going to have an illustration. We're going to show you how sexy your numbers are going to be when you start investing in an IUL plan. Does that make sense? This is very important this coming Saturday. Tuesday, we have a special guest, Transamerica Premier Will Tate and his boss, Tom Corbin.
Wow.
Just so you know, he makes all the decisions, what to approve in the FFIUL, what interest rate, who gets fired, who gets hired. That's what you think it's Will Tate. No, Tom Corbin is his boss, and he's coming here. September 4th, long-term care, Brian March. He's going to talk about Care Matters. He's going to talk about how you can use, long-term care versus chronic illness. Because there's really a difference on that one, right? And then on September 8th, life insurance is a legacy from Monica Roman. Whoa. 9/11, ooh, scary. Learn. Life insurance retirement plan. Ken De Silva of Pacific Life, right? Saturday, September 15th, business insurance. That's me. Help me, God. September 18th, Everest, final expense. All these, man. Those of you who are like, I want some training product, whatever, this is it for you. This is it. You probably won't see me here. It's my month off. So, anyhow, that's it. All right, another thing. This Saturday, 8/25, this coming Saturday, you got to bring your laptop and run illustrations. And this is why, if you're not licensed, you're not going to be in the illustration training. You're going to be at what? At the ABC class. Because we need you to download the software already. If you haven't done so, from Nationwide, from Transamerica, and whatever that is. But download. Does that make sense? You need it because we're going to teach you how to do it. Other than that, I think that's it. Well, I'm really excited to find out he was here. He's been, been helping my bake shop field training. And I'm really, I just admire them most because here's the thing. They were here yesterday after our whole event last Sunday. And I don't think I could even get up 10 in the morning. And then Barbara said, hey, Matt said yes. And I'm like, go for it. Go for gold, Milo Best, right? So it was really, I was just happy that they said yes. And then follow up today. So he's here 2 days in a row. When all of you other field trainers, I could have matched you up. But all of you are like, cannot. Here is someone, as you already know, he is the #1 base shop. He is the MVP of MVP in the last 6 months in my entire hierarchy. Was able to make a time for my base shop. Wow. Exactly. Right? You call that a champion. He doesn't care, or is it big? Is it worth my time? Why? There's 20 other SMDs, but you know what? A champion always what? Says yes anyway. They're the most available ones. The ones that always cannot, I don't know. But that's why he's the MVP. I don't need to say more of him because you saw his results last Sunday. And I'm so happy when he asked, can I even be in your BPM 9? Because after my field training with Barbara, it's going to be traffic already. Do you see the mindset? Some of you are like, I can't because it's too traffic if I have to go there. He said, okay, I'll field train, and can I just stay and be in your BPM? Just the respect. It's good. And I said, and of course, I just abused it all the way through. And I said, can you just train too? And guess what he said? Yes. Because champions are always what? Not always, but they're most available. Does that make sense? So, without further ado, please, on your feet, with the highest energy. Come on, you guys. I'm going to wait until all of you stand up and really focus and giving him the best Pasadena welcome, please. MVP. Matt and Iggy, of course, over there. So. thank you for reminding me. See, this is why I love teammates. I just do a lot of things and I forgot. I do want to recognize, and as they sit down, please, as they mic him up. I do want to recognize. Last Sunday, it was an awesome thing, don't you think so? It was a great event, but that great event was combined with a group of people who were so dedicated and committed, to make that event a great one. Does that make sense? You probably don't know how hard they work, or the sleepless night, the running back and forth, the driving, everything. We all planned this in about less than 10 days. Does that make sense? Negotiating with the hotel, getting all the equipment, and you say, what, you do this because this is what we do. Does that make sense? This is what we do. So, I just really want to recognize some of these that really, even during the event, they hardly ate. They hardly left to go to the bathroom. In fact, they didn't eat at all. They didn't really go to the bathroom. You don't see them, but some people like, oh, I need to change the certificate. I need to change this. Oh, they run all the way to Kinko's or something to just redo it again. For one person. It's a lot of work. Oh, can you do this? Can you do that? You don't see that because, you don't see it. But I saw all of it. And I just want to recognize, if I can, Marco, can you please give me that box here? One of our product providers actually, thank you, gave me this to, and dispose it to however I want it, right? So these beautiful photo frame was actually given out in the Hawaii last February this year. Right, so Nationwide really gave it. It's beautiful. It's like I said, it's a beautiful thing. They brought it to Hawaii. They gave it to the, so it's beautiful. So I'm gonna give this out and just honor those that, if I don't call your name, not because I don't honor you or recognize you, I'm just, you understand what I'm saying, right? I'm just saying that there were ones that really went above and beyond, especially during the event, right? So without further ado, really, so because I want to start on our training. So if you have guests tonight, slowly get out, but I want everybody to stay here and finish the training. Is that cool? Yes? Yes. Are you going to give me the highest energy? Yes. Yes. That's how it is, right? Woo! Well, first of all, if I can please have Paul Woodcon to come up here. Paul Woodcon, he did all the setup of the AV together with some of the boys. He sat down there and also did, clean up after. So Paul, to you and your wife, thank you so much. I hope I have enough. And then, if I can have, well, it's not in the, well, I don't see Aaron. Aaron, come up here. If you love the music, Aaron did it all, right? Where's Kaywin? Kaywin, come up here. Can I just tell you? I give it to Kaywin so I can give it to myself. But Kaywin, did you know that he made over 400 slides?
Yeah.
Wow. Guys, 400 slides, all the designs and everything, it's not easy. And that's why he needs another pair of eyes, because everything he sees is almost the same or not straight anymore. He thought it was good, so I have to this. But I can't blame him because almost 460 slides.
Wow.
All by himself. That's crazy. You deserve more, all of you, but for now, this is amazing. Thank you. You can do it to Mama. Alright, moving on. Where's Judy? She's not here. She's not. Oh, she's trying to study the BPM because she's doing it. Well, let's honor her. She deserves like 10 of these and my hugs and kisses, but you have no idea. I get mad at her because, you know, she could have just delegated, but she feels like she needs to do it to make sure it's perfect. But anyway, let me call her other half. Because if I say better half, she's gonna get mad.
Yeah.
Guys, and then I have one more. Like I said, everybody did their part. But like I said, there are just ones that made sure they went above and beyond. Right, I have three more. She's not here. The other one is, of course, Monica. She's doing the BPM. If someone could just give it to Monica. You know, all the scripts were all Monica, right? So thank you. And then, of course, if I could just have Noon, who kept me really, you know, policing. Like, she even said, if we go overtime and Ina pays, thank you. You can have that with joy in yourself, but thank you. And then she said that if Ina has to pay fine, she said she's gonna fire herself because she didn't do a good job in making sure that everybody stayed on time, right? So one last thing, you know, I'm so out of all the leaders that I called, she's the only one that is the marketing director. You know, she did a lot. At every event, she does a lot. Whatever I say, she follows. Like, print this, do that. You know, a really good follower in a sense of like just learning every curve of the business, right? And she's really stepping up. She is certainly the next senior marketing director in this office, and she better not fail me on that one. But it's also her birthday next Tuesday. So come up here, my superstar, Sophia. Some of you, I called you. Some of you say, I have an appointment. I have this. I have that. You get what I mean? And then you never, it's not like, but after my appointment, I'll go to you guys and I'll help you. Sophia, she has an appointment, she has this, and then she shows up as a marketing director. Does that make sense? Amazing. Coolest. So, that's it. Thank you so much. Again, if I didn't call you here, not because I just really want you to know I appreciate. And yeah, that's really it. So that's it. Are you excited to hear from the MVP 2018?
Thank you guys. Good evening, X Factor. So is everyone still on fire from the events? All right, so, you know, first of all, you know, I just want to say again, you know, thank you to everybody that, you know, you guys worked so hard to make that event happening, you know, especially, you know, everybody to bring all the stuff, you know, just like Paul, like Vincent and Judy, Aaron, you know, Kevin, everybody set up, Noon, you know, me and Wasana, you know, I was talking to her like, hey, Wasana, you think if we host this kind of event, you think, can we do it? And she's like, you know, maybe we're not even, you know, like unite as you guys are. So, you know, I just want you guys, you know, give yourself a round of applause. You guys are awesome. And thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, okay. First of all, you know, I just want to share with you that how many of you guys here doesn't know my story, like my background? Everybody. Oh, okay. Okay, so a little bit about myself. You know, I came here in this country in 1997, and at that time, you know, we came here as a tourist. Okay, and I didn't even know we have to stay in this country, right? And my mom, after a few months, I feel like, hey, how come we're not going back to Thailand? Right? And then my mom and my dad's like, oh, we're gonna stay here for good. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, me and my sister, we came here, have no idea that this is gonna be our new home, right? And so, you know, it was kind of difficult for us since, you know, English is not our first language, right? I went to high school and no English, no friend. Basically, I had lunch by myself all the time. And, you know, when I graduated from high school, it's the time that we have to go to the college, right? And at that time, you know, since I'm a legal immigrant, but I'm staying illegal. You know what I mean? So college, I have to pay because since I don't have social security number, I have to pay international rates, which is, if you guys are international student, is really expensive, right? So at that time, I went to college for about a year, and I found out it's not for me. You know, I couldn't do English 101, I couldn't do English 120, whatever essay that I have to write 500, 600 words in an hour, I couldn't do that, right? So one time, you know, the teacher said, hey Matt, do the essay about something, I don't remember what it was, and I copy and paste on the internet. And that's plagiarism, right? And then I turned it in, and the teacher called me, and you know, she was like, hey Matt, did you know that this is plagiarism, right? And she said, you can be expelled. And you know, blah, 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 right? So I told her, yeah, you know what? I think you should expel me. That's what I told her. Because, you know, I don't think, at that time, I was like, I had enough. College is not for me. So I said, please expel me. And then she's like, no. I was just, you know, making sure that, you know, this is a circumstance gonna happen. If you keep doing it, guys, I was like, that's okay, miss. You don't have to have a hard time. Expel me. If you're not gonna expel me, I'm gonna expel myself. Does that make sense? So after that day, you know, I came back home and I told my family that I'm not going back to college anymore. And you know, at that time, you know, for Asian family, you know, they want you to be at least some degree. It doesn't matter what degree, just some degree. Even though you're not gonna use it ever again, but they just want to be proud of you as an Asian family, you know. And so I always kind of let them down a little bit. And so after that, you know, I live here, no driver license, no social security until I think 2013 or 14. Well, no, 2013. So I was driving, no driver license. Not that I wanted to, but I have to, right? I get pulled over so many times. Sometimes they tow my car. I have to pay a ticket and, you know, all that kind of stuff, right? So I was thinking, you know, if there's any day that, you know, good things gonna happen to me. Because, you know, I know the restaurant that I work is not where I belong. I hate it. Every day I wake up, I feel like, man, why do you have to go? Can I sleep 5 more minutes? You know, like let's say a restaurant open at 11 o'clock. I'm gonna wake up like 10:30 and travel 10 minutes and drive to work very fast. Sometimes I got ticket before I go to work. So again, I thought like this is not for me because I get ticket, right? And you know, so lucky that Wasana found me in 2014, right? The BOG found me in 2014, and you know, I still remember the first day, just like all of you guys, that you know, just get the Rising Star Award, top producer. I never get top recruiter because I never recruit anybody, right? So at first, guys, the BFG is kind of part-time for me, like extra income for me, right? I keep doing that for about 2 years, 2014, 2015, and until one day that, you know, after the convention 2015, I feel like I hate it so much that I have to go back to work. Why do I have to go back to a JOB again? You know, like just like you guys here after the convention, how do you feel? Very excited, right? And now, next day I have to rush back to work, and it's kind of like excitement goes down. And convention, everybody talk about making $3-4 million. I go to work, everybody fight about $5 tip. You know what I mean? People get excited, $20 making that day. You know, when this party give them $20 tip, it made somebody days already, right? So I was like, wow, this is really not where I belong. I don't want to fight about $5 tip anymore, right? So I made up my mind, 2016, go full time, right? So at that time, you know, I recruit, I was struggling too, you know, I was MD with with I think 2 licenses or 3 licenses in my base shop, right? In 2016, and in March I recruit one guy, and he happened to be a old farmer agent. So he bring all his farmer crew with him. So I had 10 licenses, right? And he closed a few big policy that that made me qualify for SMD, right? So after that, after give up exchange rate, I only have I think 2 people in my base shop, and no production. So basically I have to start building my base shop again, right? So I just want to share with you guys about a story that I'm building in Vegas a little bit. So at that time, me and Jay, my MD, we went to Vegas. We have only one person that he knows, right? So we recruited her, came back, and talked to Noon and Toon, like, hey, should we do Vegas? At that time, Noon have one person too. I have one person. Toon has one person. Wasana has one person. So we all like, let's do it. Because, it's like a sense of urgency, that you have to do something that is do or die mentality, right? And at that time, first 2 weeks it was really tough because we have to drive back and forward 4 hours, and I was like, trust me, guys, I think about giving up so many times, right? It was really tough, right? The drive that we have, and I was like, should I keep going there? Are they gonna make any money? Are they gonna build a big team? I have doubt so many times, right? But I just want to tell you guys that just keep doing what we're doing, because we have system and we have good leadership here, right? So if you know me from 2014, I was not like this. I was one of the person who fear of public speaking. You're never gonna see me dance like Sunday. That never gonna happen, right? So I'm trying, my best to stay out of my comfort zone in any way, right? Because that's the only way that you can overcome your fear. And I just want to tell you guys that you see me today is it's just the beginning. But for those of you that think like, can you do it? I want you guys to believe that you can, because the little policy, one recruit at a time that you're doing right now, is gonna shape you to the better person. It's gonna help building your character. Every person that you recruit, every sales that you close, you're helping somebody, and you helping yourself too. It's shaping you to become a good trainer in the future. I still remember my first policy. I closed at that time. I was in inner circle class, and I was waiting table, and this lady came, and I happened to know her, right? And I know she had one child. So I asked her, do you have life insurance? And she's like, oh, I was looking for life insurance at that time. So I show her 10 points while I was working, okay? And she said she liked it. I was like, okay, can you sign up today? She said, yeah, sure, right? So on my break, I closed the policy, and I didn't even know how to do. So I have a sample that Wasana write for me, Toon write for me. I have sample and I'll open side by side. I was like, you are my first policy. I don't know what to do. So give me a time, but I guarantee that I'm gonna take a good care of you. That's how I closed my first policy. And if you guys remember the story that I shared on Sunday about my associate that I recruit a little before convention, you guys remember that her husband got stroke and she had to go back to Thailand? So I just got a news yesterday that he passed away. Yeah, so this guy is my old boss, right? And 3 years ago, I went to see him and his wife, which is now the wife is my associate, right? At that time, I was presenting life insurance to them, and he said he didn't need it at that time, right? So now he passed without life insurance, without anything, right? And I kind of take it personal too, because I think like if I bug him more, if I push him more, or if I keep calling him back, this is not gonna happen, right? Because I was fear of objection again and again, so that I forgot about this family, and this family, you know, now is they in a hardship, right? So when you guys think about it a little bit, you know, before when you go to see your client, and when you think like you're bothering them, you feel like you bother them. I want you guys to think, okay, the fear of rejection and the feeling that imagine if this family of your friend, that main person die, and they don't even have money for funeral, how would you feel? And I want you to weight those feelings a little bit. Which one is more sad to you? If that feeling more sad to you that you have to see your friend's family have no coverage, right? If that hurts you more, I want you to go bother them. Go back and bother them more, because you know by heart that what you do is the right thing. Right? Thank you. So today, you know, I just want to talk about recruiting and closing. Because, you know, we have a lot of competitors, right? We have Pramerica, we have PHP, we have New York Life. You know, today I will just try to close policy, and the guy have New York Life. And, you know, I just want you guys to believe that, you know, what we have is the best. The best of the best of the best of the best, right? Because, you know, PHP, let's compare us to PHP. Like, they can't have security product offer, you know, because they don't have sponsor, right? And company like Pramerica, they only have one product, which is term, right? You know, does it make sense that every time, you know, okay, this lady that I recruit, she joined Pramerica first, you know, the friend I was talking about, and I recruit her to us. So, you know, how does it make sense that one product is better than every product in this country, right? So when you talk to them, you know, as an agent, let's say as an agent, right? How can one product that you offer is going to be better than any other product in the country? It doesn't make any sense, right? And you know, Pramerica agent always say, oh, this is good because we've been there a long time, we in the market, whatever they are, right? But for me, it doesn't make sense that one product is going to be better than everything else out there, right? And you know, I want you guys to know what's the difference between what we do and what they do, right? Because, you know, for me, I always tell my team, if you get your policy changed to Pramerica, shame on you. Don't even tell them you're on my team, okay? Because that's not gonna happen, right? And so for like PHP, you know, they're not even compared to us for the product that they have and the pay compensation, you know. But we're not gonna talk about that today, okay? So today I just want to talk about when you recruit somebody, when you do the presentation, I want you guys to ask the right question, because, you know, that's very, very important. Asking the right question, right? So when you sit down with client, you tell them what we do. So number one, what we do is cash flow, right? We help people increase the cash flow. So I want you guys to ask the question, because, you know, a lot of times we say about cash flow, oh, what is it? Oh, you refer a client. You know, I want you to disturb them a little bit. Ask them, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Client, do you think having more than one stream of income is important, right? And when they say no, if they say no, then ask them more. Hey, do you have spare tire in your car? Yes. Oh, why do you have that? Oh, for emergency. Are you leaving your house intending to have flat tire? Of course not, right? But why? It's because in case of emergency. But what is your emergency income, right? What's your spare income if something happened to your main income, right? So ask them question. I want you guys to spend time about this 6 steps more. Ask question, why? Because, you know, you want to get information from them. Okay? So next, what we do, debt management, right? Debt settlement. So now, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Client, do you know, like right now in this country, the student loan debt is so high, it's even higher than credit card debt. Do you know somebody that you know owe a lot of student loan, right? Why ask this question? Maybe that person is. Maybe they need it, right? Hey, what about credit card debt? You know, we help people decrease this debt. Do you think it's important to be debt free? Oh yes, right? Good. Okay. Next, what we do? Emergency fund. Hey, Mr. Client, do you know right now American people cannot come up with $500 emergency fund? Did you know that? A lot of people cannot come up with $500 emergency fund, right? Do you think it's kind of scary?
Yes.
Right? It's like, oh yes. Hey, how about this? We help people create emergency fund. From where? From the expense that you pay in your daily basis. What about car insurance? If it can decrease your car insurance, do you like it? I don't know about you, but somebody said me $10, $20, I change right away, right? Because we don't even use car insurance. I mean, if you don't get accident, you don't even claim it, right? Why pay more? Same coverage. Hey, what about this? The loan, right? Your mortgage. If it can decrease the interest, would you like to? You know how much payment you're gonna get lower if you do that, right? And hey, what about business insurance? What about merchant service? If we can help you save these costs and put in your emergency fund, do you think it's important? Oh yes, hey, let's do that. Let's talk about that later, right? So now next is proper protection, right? Proper protection. Hey, Mr. Client, do you think protecting family is important? Right? So they say, oh yes, oh no, oh good. So do you protect your family? Oh yes, I have term insurance. Do you, Mr. Let me ask you this question. Do you know that 90% of people that have life insurance, number one, they don't even know how much they have. Number two, they don't even know how long it's covered. Number three, they don't even know if they have enough. Right? So do you know what kind of product that you have? Ask them this question. Do you know what kind of product that you have? And 90% they're gonna say no. Do you know what company life insurance that you have?
No.
They're gonna say no. And what I'm gonna tell them, say, hey, good if they have it, good that you have it. But what I do is I evaluate policy complimentary for my client to see if number one, if you over underpay your life insurance, and number two, to make sure that you have enough coverage for your family. Fair enough. If I can double your coverage, would you like me to do that? Same premium, would you like me to do that? Right? Ask them question. If I can lower your premium, same coverage, or double coverage, same premium, would you like to do that? If not, if they say, I don't know, I'm going to ask them, why is that? Do you love your family less than your agent? Do you love your agent more than your family? Is that why you say that? Right? Because some people are going to come up, oh, this guy's agent is my friend. Ask them this question. Oh, so you're telling me that you love your agent more than your kid? Is that what it is? If they say yes, oh, okay. Don't know what to say, what else to say, right? So yeah, guys, trust me, 90% when I tell people I double coverage for them, same premium. They wanna show them their policy, right? We might have a chance. If they have Primerica, most likely we can do that for them, right? So next is cash accumulation, right? Retirement plan. Hey, Mr. Client, do you think retirement plan is important? They're gonna say yes, somebody say no, right? So I'm gonna ask them hey, do you have retirement plan? Oh yes, I have 401k, I have this and that, right? So anytime, guys, when your client say what they have, I want you to say, oh, awesome. It's good that you have 401k. It's a tax deferred plan. Awesome. But have you ever heard about tax-free retirement plan? Now it's good that you have a tax deferred retirement plan. But have you heard about tax-free retirement plan? Wow. Would you like to know about that? Because if you have these two plans, you can leverage each plan and you can increase your retirement plan by 200%. How about that? If I can do that for you and show you how you can do it, would you like me to help you?
Wow.
Right? Because everybody, guys, at the end of the day, when you're approaching retirement, the most important thing is what? You want to make sure that your money is how much tax you're going to pay. Right? If it can keep you lowest tax bracket, would you like me to show you how? Right? Number two is inflation. Right? You want to make sure your money keep up with inflation. And number three, you want to protect market risk. Now, out of the retirement plan you have, is it take care of everything? Tax, market risk, inflation, right? If I can show you there's a plan that can protect this to happen to you so that you have more secure retirement plan, would you like me to show you, right? They say, oh, okay, let's go there too. I will show you about that plan, right? So next, estate preservation. Hey, Mr. Khan, do you know that, have you ever heard about estate tax or death tax, right? Do you know about this? And, just tell them, hey, do you know somebody wealthy and, have more than 10 million in net worth? Yeah, they have to pay a tax, yada, 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 right? Hey, if you have this kind of client, can you give me referral because, they need to have estate planning set up? Because if not, what they have to be probate, all that kind of stuff, right? And, after you do that, just ask them, out of these 6 things that we do, which one is more important to you, if not all of them, right? And then we go from there, right? So now, my presentation today is that I want to compare our life insurance, ours and other company, okay? How about that? Like our term versus Pramerica and how I close these people, okay? So for example, is it still freeze?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna just press this then. Yeah. So let's just say Pramerica policy. Okay, this is one of my client, 41 years old. You can't see it, but I'll tell you, 41 years old, $1 million policy. She have a 30-year term with Pramerica, right? And if you look at their policy, it's gonna say initial level premium term for 30 years. But scheduled premium at guarantee only 20 years. And that's Pramerica, okay? Every policy is gonna say that. 30-year term, but guarantee for 20 years. How, right? So, let's go to the next slide. So now, you see this? The first year is 132, right? 132. Now, all the way here, on year 21, 132 is the minimum, but maximum it could be 1511, right? And it say here in the bottom, scheduled premium may change, but they will not increase above maximum premium column, which is this one, right? So now, in other words, when my client turns 61, if they charge her 1,500, you think she can afford it?
No.
Right? So what are they gonna do? Cancel, and that's how they make the money. When client cancel policy, they make the money, right? So now, Pramerica, they believe that buy term and invest different, right?
Yes.
You guys with me? So when you're in a fight with Pramerica, guys, they're gonna try to compare their life insurance term with our IUL, and that's not how it works. How can you compare apple to banana? It's never gonna work. So I always tell my client, okay, you want to compare, you have to compare apple to apple, okay? So you guys remember 132, right? So now, if they change to our term, look at this, 20-year term. This illustration was ran, I think, like a few weeks ago. So that policy was 2011.
Wow.
That's like 7 years ago, okay? But look at this. So now, we all agree that Pramerica is a 20-year term, right?
Yeah.
Because they guarantee only 20 years.
Yeah.
So our 20-year term with the same 41 years old female preferred plus, $70. So from 132 to $70, how much you save? $62, right? $62, okay. Now, this is what I tell my client. Hey, Mrs. Client, your agent tell you that to buy term and invest different, right?
Yes.
So now, Okay, let me give you an example. If my client is budget 200, okay, if they invest with you 132, then you save 32, $68 in a Roth IRA, right? So Pramerica agent can open a Roth IRA with $68 for Mr. and Mrs. Client. Okay, so I want you guys to grab the calculator, okay? Everybody have this? The Qualify Plus?
Yes.
Okay, let's put 68 payment, 30-year term, right? 30-year term. Let's do 12% interest. And how much the future value? Who can tell me?
237,600.
Does everybody get that? 237,657.
Yeah.
60 payment.
68 payment, 68 payment, right? 30-year term. 30-year term, 12% interest, right? So it's 237,657,
Yes.
right? Now, Mr. and Mrs. Client, if you change to our company now, your term is $70. So now how much you save? 130, right? So let's put 130 payment, 30-year term, 12% interest. What do you get?
454.
454, right? Mr. and Mrs. Client, I just increase your retirement plan by $200,000. Right? If you change to my company now, you have more saving. I double your retirement.
And you've got permanent life insurance.
Well, no, term. But I double your saving by double. I double your retirement plan.
The longer years.
Yeah, and this is a fresh new 20-year term too. Right? So what do you think, Mrs. Klein? I just increased you $200,000. What do you think they're gonna say? Right? If they still say no, run away. we can't change stupid people. Okay, so now next. Okay, so now this is the next one. One of my client. He is 60, I think. Oh yeah, she's 30 years old. The same, 28, 22 for the premium, right? And you see the increasing spouse rider and all the kind of rider. A lot of times the client don't even know what these riders are. Because Pramerica doesn't make any money that they have to add this rider, right? So now she's paying, I think, 28, 22, right? I change policy for her. Okay, so 28, 22 for 20 years, right? So I changed that for her to $14. I still save a little bit money for them, right? So now, oh, this one is good. So this one, the client is 65 years old, okay? 65 years old. And his death benefit is $124,000, okay? He was paying, can you make this big a little bit?
Yeah, 225. 225.
Okay. Actually, next page, next page, please. So, okay. So this is really tricky, okay? Because first year, this is his premium, $1,731 a year. Second year, year 3, 3,000. So because he's a little bit older, 65 years old, they increase his premium in the second and third year.
Wow. Increasing term.
Yeah, this is term. Well, not increasing term, but they increase second year, and then after that is 200 something. So my client came to me because he can't afford it, 200 and something.
That's crazy.
Right? So look at this, where I highlighted. From 164 to 287 in the second year, and that's really what he was charged. And this is a 10-year term.
Wow.
I think 10-year term.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Wow. 10-year term.
Yeah, you see, 10 years until age 74.
Yeah.
So 75, the minimum increase to 546, right?
Yeah.
A 10-year term. So I changed for them. I changed for him a 20-year term, $141,000, 20-year term, right? So now instead of 10 year, he paying 267. Now I got him 20 year with 141. How is that not helping client, right? And that's why when you invite with Pramerica, kill them. They have nothing against us at all, not even a chance. Okay, so next one, some term they have a return of premium, right? You guys run into that?
Yeah.
Like return of premium. Oh, I get my premium back. So what I tell my client is, okay, Mr. Client. So now you paying I think. Okay, can you go the other page? Yeah. So now you're paying for 30 years and you get 25 to 90 back, right? That's a return of premium.
Yeah.
So at the end of the term, the next 30 years, you're gonna get $25,000 back. Okay. Now her premium is about $80 something, right? Return of premium, and the premium 70/22. Okay. But in reality, okay, for $500,000, okay, she only had to pay $39 a month. Let's say $40, but she paid $70 because she wanted to return a premium, right? So now, hey, Mr. Client, how about this? If I show you, your $30, so everybody put 30 payment, all right, 30-year term. Let's just say 12% interest. How much do you get? $104,000, right? Why do you want $25,000 return of premium when you can have $100,000? Right? It doesn't make sense. Why would you want to do that? Return of premium, they take your money, they didn't even give you interest, but you put in a Roth IRA, $30. If it goes 12%, it's 104, and it's tax free.
Yes.
Right? Is that easy?
Yes.
Just tell them that return of premium is scam. Right? They want you to pay more money so that they can make money for themselves, not for you. So I always ask them this question, guys: do you love your agent more than your kid? Right? And ask them question, they're not gonna say no. Oh, you don't want to change, which means you love your agent more than your kid, your husband, right, or your wife, right? Especially if they're in front of each other, that's close. Right? Okay. So next is whole life and index universal life. Okay.
Sorry.
So now, this person, I have to tell you, is very small. Okay, he's paying about $45,000 premium for $1.2 million death benefit. Okay. And you see this that I highlight, it said the loan illustration, the loan interest is minimum 5% and the maximum is not capped.
Whoa!
Right? Which means, Mr. Ryan, did your agent even tell you about this?
Oh, wow.
That when you take your money out, you have to pay interest and it's not capped. I don't even know how much they're gonna charge you, but it seems like no limit. Right? So let's see. So on this page, at age 72, oh, it's clear now. So at age 72, he's paying about 1.7 million, and he's gonna have about 2,365 cash value. Yes, can you minimize a little bit? Oh. So he's gonna have about 2.3 and 3.6. Okay, remember that number. Okay, at age 72. So now, I show him, hey, Mr. Client, how about this? If the loan interest is 0, do you like it better?
Yes.
Better than minimum 5 and no cap?
Yeah.
It sounds better? Okay, let me show you what we have. So if I do the same policy, okay, you pay a little bit less than what you pay, and at age 72, you have 3.6 and 4.8. So instead of 2.3 and 3.6, now at same age, you get $1.3 million more. And when you take out money, 0 interest.
Yep.
Do you like it? I don't know. If they say no, oh, you mean you love your agent more than your family, right? Are you telling me you love your agent more than your family, right? Ask them the right question. You know, don't be afraid to ask them this question, because you know you might think, oh, you're gonna offend them. No, it's the truth, right? It doesn't make any sense why you want to keep this kind of policy when I offer you something that, you know, maybe you have $1 million more cash in your pocket, right? So, yeah, and let's keep going. And now, you know, just ask them, you know, compare with them which one that they need the most, right? But now, the best way to close is what? Asking the right question, right? So, you guys might have seen this already, but I really want you to remember this by heart. Okay, this is a really good question from our leader. I don't know who. Somebody know? Yeah. I think this is from Eric Olsen, right?
Yep.
So, would you rather have your money get taxed now, later, or never? Right? Answer this question, right? So, what's the most important thing in your life? Your family, right? Does it make sense that you have protection on the most important thing in your life, right? And out of these 6 that financial need that we do, which one is more important to you? Not all of them. Right now, see this? Right now, you have no guarantee on your money. How do you feel about gambling with your retirement? This is a good question too. Do you want to gamble with your retirement? Would you rather have temporarily protect your family or permanently protect your family? You know, sometimes I ask them, you know, are you a temporary parent? Seriously, you know, when they said, oh, okay, let me give this objection. Okay, when my client said, I only need term, and later on, you know, when after 30 years, my kids grow up, and now they work, they can afford everything themselves, I don't have to worry about them anymore. You know what I asked them? I asked them, hey, Mr. Khan, how old are you right now? So I said, oh, about 40, 30, whatever it is. So is your parents still alive? I said, oh yeah, you know, my parents still alive. How old are they? Oh, 60, 65, make a conversation. BPM is over? Okay, BPM is over, guys. So now, I asked them this question. Let me ask you this. You said your parent is 65, 70, whatever it is, you're 40 years old. If something happened to your parents today, and they leave you $1 million, how do you feel? You don't need it. I know you don't need it. You have a good career, but how do you feel? Right? Good, right? Do you appreciate what they do for you? Yes. Is it going to make your life easier?
Yes.
And you're going to remember them better? Right? Ask them, how do you want to be remembered? How do you want yourself to be remembered? How you want your kid to remember you? Ask them this question. You know? Because, guys, think about it. If you're 50 years old right now, your parents 75, I know you don't need that money. You're all grown up adult, we all work. But if something happened to them tomorrow and they leave you $1 million, how would you feel? Don't tell me you don't like it. Right? That's going to make your life easier. It's not that you need it or not, but it's the fact that it's going to make your life easier. Right? And they're going to remember you better. And for that reason, you know, for me, it's not protection, it's transfer wealth.
Right.
Mrs. Ryan, can you give me a way to transfer this wealth with just $56 that you're paying right now? You know, is there any other way to leave your family $1 million? I don't even know you're gonna have $1 million safe, right? Are you sure you're gonna have $1 million safe to pass on to your kid, right? This is $1 million tax free. How about that, right? Ask them this question. So, number 6, if I were to consider bringing you on board to this company, okay, where would you see yourself? Starting out, referral, part-time, full-time, okay? Now, if my prospect say no, I'm not ready, I want to think about it, whatever it is, I'm afraid I'm not going to pass license, blah, blah, blah. Okay, here's what I asked them, okay? Hey, Miss Client, you said you afraid that maybe you don't pass the license, right? Now, let me ask you this. You know, in your situation right now, you don't even have retirement safe. I guarantee you, you're going to be broke on your retirement. Now, I want you to think a little bit. The fear of not passing license, you didn't even try, and the fear of being broke, no money. Which one is more scary to you?
Wow.
Right? Which one is more scary to you? Be real. Okay? Because if you don't do it now, 100% chance you're going to be broke. Because now you don't have any saving and you're not even where you wanted to be. So, ask them this question. Which one is more scary to you? I don't know. You choose. Right? And, my clients say, oh, you're right. So, you have to start doing it now. You don't have choice.
Wow.
And, okay. Here's another one. I have a husband and wife family, right? The husband is 50 and the wife is 40. So the husband, I asked him, when you plan to retire? He said 55. And I asked him, how much you have saving right now? None. He's 50, no saving, plan to retire next 5 years. Is that possible?
No.
No, right? But I tell him, yes. Hey, I have good news for you. You can retire. But you know what? Your wife has to go back to work.
That's right.
That's it. You can retire, but she has to work. Are you ready to step up and work and replace the income? I asked him that question. Because the wife said, "Oh, I'm not ready." I said, "You're not ready now? You think the next 5 years is going to be easier? Do you think the test is going to be easier the next 5 years? Or do you think life is going to be easier for you the next 5 years?"
Wow.
Right? So, just always ask them questions. And that's the only way you can control the conversation. Right? Keep it in control. Okay? Don't be afraid what they're going to think. Okay, guys, don't be afraid what they think of you. Okay? Because that may be the only one chance you're going to have that chance to sit down with them.
Yeah.
Okay? Maybe they're not going to take your appointment again. Nobody knows. So might as well just give it all. Give it all in one shot. Right? Don't let them like make you feel fear. No fear. Don't worry. You're not gonna see them again. You don't even know them before. Before you came to the house, you don't even know them. Right? So don't care about what they say. Okay? So when was the last time you sit down with licensed professional financial advisor? Right? Most of people, guys, never. Right? So here's what I asked them, hey, Mr. Client, you have 401k plan, right? Have you ever sit down one-on-one with the person who do your 401k? Somebody is making money from you right now. You never even met them. Why not, be my client and you can sit down one-on-one with me. I'm going to take care of you personally, right? One-on-one. You never even met your guy and he's been making so much money from your account. It doesn't make sense to me, So ask them that. Would you rather have 12 commitments per year or 1 commitment per year? Right? If the money was right and it fit your schedule, would you consider a part-time business? Are you familiar with index tax-free retirement strategy? Would you rather increase your saving commitment or reduce your dream and goal in retirement? This is a good question too. Would you rather shrink your lifestyle? Because a lot of people say, "Oh, I can eat less and blah blah blah," right? Think about it, guys. Even the cup noodle price goes up. Even a cup noodle the price goes up. I remember when I first came to this country, it's like 10 cents. Now I think it's 40 cents. So you can't save. You can only shrink at one point. Everything gonna price go up. Anyway, right? So which one would you rather do? Ask them about their dream. Is what you do right now going to take you to your dream, right? So now that you know how the 401k plan work and how the IUL plan work, which do you think is better for you and your family and your money, right? But you know, I don't want you to tell them that 401k is not good. It's good, but just put as they match.
Right.
The rest put in IUL, right? When you pass away, other than life insurance, what else could you provide your family with $500,000 of tax-free money to cover all your liability? Right? Some people don't even make that much. They don't even make this money in their lifetime. Right? You're doing okay on your own. How much better do you think you could do with a financial coach? Right? Okay, all I need to do is fill up paper out real quick. Sounds good? Because I need to know if you qualify. Maybe you're not qualified, right? Are you healthy? Answer this question to make them feel like, oh man, I have to do it now, right? Would you rather pay 2 to 3% cost of insurance to protect your family and your retirement plan, or would you rather pay 35 to 40% tax to the government? Now ask them this: do you love your government more than your family? Right? Do you love Uncle Sam more than your family? Ask them this question, guys. It's fun too, you know? Because sometimes people don't even think about it, right? So, next. If safety of your money important to you, is saving money important to you, or would you rather just cross your finger in your retirement, right? If I can show you a way where you can turn your annual income into your monthly income, is that something you want to do, right? If I can show you a way to recover the loss in your retirement account with a free sign-in bonus, is that something you want to take advantage of? Sure. Do you think people get wealthy by having a job or owning a business?
Yeah.
Right? And would you rather put your money in the bank or where the bank put your money? Right? And let me see. Okay. So next is
Wait, one more.
oh. Yeah, I mean, I want you guys to remember this question by heart.
Yes.
Okay? And if you can't think of anything, do you love your agent more than your family? Do you love the government more than your family? Are you telling me that you love your government more than your family? That's it, you know. You can't think of anything. Okay. So next is what? Have passion, conviction, and energy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because guys, I've been here 4 years, and I just, it's really, you know, people believe. People don't believe in the product, but you know, they want to know how much you believe in the product.
Yes.
Right? So anytime when you're in a competitor, okay, let's say, you know, today, you know, Barbara was appointment with me. So today, the guy called his New York Life guy, right? And you know, they talk in Armenian, so I don't understand, right? So, but he asked me what question should I ask, what question he should ask his agent, right? One question that I want to share with you is that I want you to ask your agent if your agent, New York Life, has a New York Life policy. Okay? If he doesn't have New York Life policy, run away.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe what you do.
Right.
I have mine, and I have more than one. My wife has this, my mom has this. If he doesn't have one, run away. And it has to be New York Life, okay? If you have any other carrier, he's lying to you.
Yeah.
Okay? If this is the best, why don't you have one?
Right.
I have to ask this question. I guarantee you, other company but the BFG, they don't have their own life insurance. They don't have their own saving plan. They just want to be a seller. They just want to be an agent. They don't believe in what they do. They don't believe in the product. Okay? Ask them this. I guarantee you're going to get some good feedback. Okay? Give people option. You know? We all about, if they want term, just sell them term. You know? Like, I think I have a referral, is like $25 term. Husband and wife, $50. Yeah, let's do it. That's 600 points. 80%, that's $500. I used to work 2 days, 11 hours a day to make 150. So that's like 3 days working in a restaurant. 11 hours and make 150. One policy, meet with the client, easy sale, $50, make $500. Why not? Right?
Yeah.
And assume they want to move forward. Okay? Before you go to the appointment, I want you to have question in mind how much you're gonna close today. Not they're gonna take it or not.
1,000.
Okay? Not like, oh, are they gonna take it or not? Assume that you're gonna sell. How much? $500? You wanna start with $500 or $1,000?
1,000.
Or maybe they say, oh, I want to start $300. Okay, good, $300. That's good. You know, I have one of my clients. She want to start with a term, right? So a term, I think is $60 for $1 million sale. Oh, so when you sell term, I want you guys aim for $1 million, okay? $1 million is a good number. At least $1 million. So you know, I saw a couple term living benefit, $60, and you know, I told her to go stop contributing 401k. I mean, just do as they match, and the rest put the IUL, right? So she just called us back like 2 days ago. She called my wife and said one of her friends asking about, you know, sharing her about saving in the IUL, and she asked if she can do IUL too. I said yes. So now, you know, she said, I want to start with $300. Can you do that? Of course. That's $3,000.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, you know, sometimes, you know, just make sure that your client can afford it. Because, you know, when you talk to them, you know they can't afford $500, but they could do 50, 100. Let's do that.
Don't oversell,
Yeah, don't oversell, because you know the business that pays, business that stays.
yeah.
I've seen so many chargeback, and it's crazy. I don't want, you know, don't do that. So take it away too. You know, when you recruit somebody, take it away. You know, I recruit one agent, and she's from Primerica, okay, and you know, my friend that's sharing with you. So she was telling me, yeah, Primerica offered to pay license,
Yeah.
Yeah.
offered to pay license, and
Oh, sure.
blah 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 blah, right? So I asked her, hey, do you know like if you work with Primerica, you have to sell term, and you're gonna have to take security license too. And let me ask you this: of all your friends right now around you, how many people can save $5,500 maximum Roth IRA? How many people? She said, not many. Well, you're not gonna make any money, because guys, EB, how much is $5,000 IRA pay you? Like $100? Not even $100. Not even $100.
Yeah.
You close a Roth IRA with term with Primerica. Term is 50, 5,500 for Roth IRA. You only make 100 and some change.
Yeah.
Why would you wanna spend another 3 months taking license and, you know, not even make any money, right? And you say, oh yeah, but you know, they give me free license. So hey, you know what? I don't do that. Okay? So I don't want to invest time with people who don't want to invest on themselves.
Right.
Take it away. You can go with primary guy and make some change. You know, because I don't want to invest my time with you. You don't even want to invest money in yourself. Everybody pay for our own license here. We're not employee. So, you know, take it away. You can go next stop. Not here, right? Nod and smile. Overcome objection before they came up. Okay? Because you know already, you see that policy that you know already what kind of objection they're going to ask you, right? So overcome objection before it comes up. Comparison selling. You have to have a closer binder too.
Yes.
You know? So everybody have the book, the folder that has all the overcome objection,
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you know you have to have your tools too, and you know always real quick, no big deal. Is that fair? Fair enough, right? Just curious. Would you be open to? You know, these are the questions that it make people agree with you all the time, right? Does that make sense? Yes. Sounds good, right? Yeah. You know, a small yes is going to lead to a big yes at the end, right? So always, you know, I always ask this question: does this make sense to you? You think this is it fair? Fair enough? You know, we do this. Sounds good, right? So they always, you know, say yes. And at the end, stay focused and amaze yourself. Like I said, I want everybody here, guys. You have your goal, okay? Stay focused longer. The longer you stay focused, the longer you stay uncomfortable, you're gonna reach your goal quicker, okay? And, they said, I've heard this one of the quote I really like. Okay, it said, "The devil whisper, be afraid of the storm. The warrior respond, I am the storm." Right? I want everybody to be the storm for your team. I want you to be the momentum in your team. Because at the end of the day, if there's no momentum, you have to be the momentum. You have to be somebody that always being the momentum that driving your team, right? So, guys, everybody have one person in your team, at least one person in your team. Raise your hand, please. Okay, guys, when you have one person in your team, you are officially leader. Okay, so your job is lead by example. Okay, you guys, I want you guys to remember this. You don't owe your associate anything but three things: leadership, system, and what's the other one?
Opportunity.
Example of success. Okay, so leadership, example of success, and system. Other than that, if they fail, it's not your fault. Don't take it on your shoulder. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for having me. I hope I bring value to your business. Okay, thank you. Anybody talking? Yeah? Thank you, Ina, for having me.
Give it up one more time for Mevo.
One more closer to them.
Okay. One, two, three. Okay, great. Thank you.
Before we really leave, we have a surprise cake for somebody that's really, really special. He's really special in every way, right? I mean, without him, I think the office would really feel dull, right? So, but he makes it really energetic and bright and interesting, this office, because of him. So, is it ready yet?
Yes.
I feel like my voice is really super.
Sexy.
Just the voice, not the body. All right, where is he?
Jalapeno cake.
So we turn this off. It's
Yes.
There you go.
I was supposed to do that.
It's the pad thai cake.
It's amazing. We started our what? Shockwave September with this life insurance awareness training. So thank you so much. Matt. It was really inspiring. And then of course Saturday, make sure that you show up because we're going to have an amazing product training as well. So this looks really a beautiful cake.
Wow. Beautiful.
Whoa.
All right, so we have two, not one,
Wow.
but two.
Wow.
Wow, can I touch it?
Sure. Why not?
I really want to touch it. All right, we have we have two birthday celebrants and many, many more celebrants coming up. But this evening, we're gonna greet and sing for two lovely people in our Pasadena office, and that would be Peter's son and, of course, our very dear Abe.
There you go.
All right, so This is the drill. I know you always know this, but we're gonna sing at the count of 3. Highest energy song, but you know I really sing happy birthday here, right?
Yeah.
And then please, celebrants, just blow slowly because we're gonna eat the cake without your saliva. So make sure that you make a wish and then you blow. All right, at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ace. Happy birthday to you. And gently blow the candle. All right, it's good morning now. Yeah, good job. So everybody have a wonderful and great evening. Make sure that the whole week you're fired up and you do your goals.
Oh, they got the trick handle.